Hello everybody, how are you doing? I'm Margaret Marie and welcome to my channel. What I have for you in this video is a soft cut crease eyeshadow tutorial for the mature eye. I like the soft cut crease look because it really flatters mature eye and it's really good for helping hide this hoodie area and get a really nice eyeshadow look at the same time. This eyeshadow look will help your eyes look a lot younger and it kind of hides the wrinkles that you have and the hoodie. All right, so let's get started. The first thing that I like to do is curl my eyelashes really well. Next, what I'm going to do is prep the eyelid. To prep the eye, you can use an eyeshadow primer if you like. What I like to do is use concealer with a little powder over that. I'm going to take this Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer and I'm going to go ahead and start putting it on my eyelids. Now I'm going to blend all that in with a brush. I'm bringing it all the way into my inner corner like this and all the way out here to the outer part right below my eyebrow. On the lid, I like to just kind of pat and cover up those veins that I have right there. Next, I'm going to take some of this ELF translucent powder and I'm just going to go over all of that with the powder, and what that does is set the concealer and it'll get the lid all ready for the eyeshadow. Get this on there really good and smooth it across the eyelid and bring it all the way out. Also, don't forget your inner corner, and again, like I said, bring it all the way out. All right, so now my eyelids are all prepped and ready to start with the eyeshadow application. For this eyeshadow look, I'm going to be using the Viseart eyeshadow palette. This is really nice for mature eyes, and as you can see, all the shades in here are matte, which is really the most flattering for the mature eye. To start with, I'm going to take the Sigma E25 brush. What I'm going to start with is a light brown mid-tone. And this one right here looks like it'll be just fine. So I'm just going to get a little bit on my brush and flick it really well. All right, to start with, what you're going to do is I like to just kind of hold the side of my face right here, like put my finger right here, and that way it keeps my skin on my eyelid from moving all over the place while I'm trying to apply the shadow. All right, so you can leave your eyes open to see where the placement of the shadow is if you want, and I like to hold the brush up like this, and you're going to start with these kind of brush strokes, going in just a little bit like this. You see how I'm just applying a little bit of color and I'm going in this way. And I'm going to do this kind of lightly. And I'm going to bring this all the way up to the top of my eyebrow, this part of my eyebrow right here, and down like this. And now just do circular motions, going this way. On this side, the hood is starting to disappear. Basically, what I'm doing is playing hide the hoodie. So I'm just going to keep doing these kind of inward brush strokes and then going back with circular motions. Now I'm going to bring it all up and connect it to the tip of my brow, like that. Okay, now for the other side. There again, I'm going inward like this, kind of lightly bringing it over and up to the eyebrow right here. Going back the other way and up to the end of my eyebrow right here. Now what I'm going to do is continue to blend this all out. All right, and this is how you want it to look. The next thing I'm going to do is take this Zoeva Luxe 231. It's a petite crease brush. I'm going to take this dark brown color and get my brush into that. Okay, so I'm going to hold my eye again. This time what I'm going to do is raise my eyebrow. And what I want to do is get this right in this area where the occipital bone is, right in through here. That's what I want to do. And I want to do this really gently. And I find that keeping my eyebrow lifted up helps me to get into the crease way better. You see how I'm going so lightly? I'm hardly applying any pressure at all. I'm just getting that color worked right in through here, very, very lightly. That way it makes it a lot more soft. Okay, I'm just going right into that crease, right here at that bone, and I'm just kind of pressing it in lightly. And now I'm going to bring it out like this. This is kind of like what I did with that first transition shade, and I'm just going kind of below it, like that. Okay, for this side, same principle. Very, very lightly with the shadow, and then up like this. Don't worry about getting too much dark into your inner corner. We're going to take care of all of that on our next step. For right now, I just really want to outline and define the eye, and at the same time hide the hoodie. The next thing I'm going to do is blend out any harsh edges that I might have up here. So I'm going to take that same E25 brush and I'm going to go into like this lighter color. It's not stark white like this one. This one's kind of like a bone bright white, but I'm going to go in the one next to it, which is not quite as white, but it works really good for diffusing and blending out harsh edges. So what I do now is take it and go right here and just kind of blend out those edges. I'm going to lift my eyebrow so I can get in there really good. So I'm just diffusing this at the top and blending out any harsh lines like that. Okay, now what I'm going to do is take this Kleenex and I'm going to wipe it around my finger like this. And what I'm going to do is just kind of wipe off the eyelid and just giving it a little wipe on each side. And what this does is prep the eyelids for the next step. Now what I'm going to do is take some of this Anastasia eyeshadow primer on this brush. All right, I'm just getting a little bit on there and I want to try to make this little bit work for both eyes. So I'm going to go like this. We'll tap it a little bit on that one and then tap it a little bit on this one and then go back to this one. And what I'm going to do is get this all over the lid on top of everything that I put on there. What I'm going to do is just spread this evenly all over the lid. Make sure you get right up to the crease with this and do the entire eyelid. And you can go a little bit over here into the inner corner and that'll give you a nice highlight. All right, so now that we have the eyelids all covered in the Anastasia primer, which is a really good primer to use for this because it's light, so it's going to make any eyeshadow that I put on top of that stand out. The eyeshadow that I'm going to put on top of that is this white, bright, kind of bone colored eyeshadow. Okay, so again, I'm going to hold my eye steady and I'm going to bring this eyeshadow right on my lid, starting from up here and then working my way down and over to the side. All right, now this eye, I'm going to go right up to the top and just bring that eyeshadow right down and over this way. I'm also going to bring the eyeshadow into the inner corner a little bit like this and just up here just a little bit like that. All right, next using the same brush I'm going to get some more of this white eyeshadow on here, flick it off a little bit, and I'm going to come up to the eyebrows and take it right about here right before I get to the arch of my eyebrow and just bring it right down like this. About like that. Next, it's time for eyeliner, and what I'm going to use is this gel eyeliner and a brush to apply it with. Now, taking that same Zoeva brush, I'm going to go underneath my eyes and put some eyeshadow there as well. And what I'm going to do is bring it up into the inner corner and out like this. And I didn't get any more product on the brush, I'm just using what's left over. All right, now it's time for mascara. I'm using the Mary Kay Lash Love Mascara, and this is brand new, so it should work pretty good. Now you can definitely use false eyelashes for this look, but I'm just going to use mascara. Okay, now for my bottom lashes. Now the last step, which is actually probably the most important step, and that is to fill in the eyebrows. I'm using this Covergirl eyebrow pencil to do that, and it's a very, very light brown, almost like a fawn colored. And what I'm going to do is just fill in my eyebrows. I don't need to fill them in too much. When I dye my hair, I also dye my eyebrows, so that really helps. So I'm just coming above a little bit. That also fills it in really good without messing any of this up in here, and getting the inner corner of my eyebrow filled out too. Now this side. Now what I'm going to do is take a spoolie and comb all of that out. What this does, it blends all the eyeshadow pencil in, and it makes it look a lot more natural. Okay, so there it is. There is the Soft Cut Crease eyeshadow look on the mature eye. And as you saw, it was super easy to do. And as you can also see, the hooded part of my eyelid doesn't look as hooded. All right, so that will do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You guys all have a really good rest of your day. You take care. Bye-bye.